So in closing, again, I want to say that's why I'm so thankful, Senator Warnock, Dr. Biden, for being here today, raising awareness about the importance of receiving this COVID vaccine, especially if you haven't already. And again, if you have received it, be sure to spread the word about it. And again, I want to thank you all for continuing to be champions for health in this country and the world throughout. And with no further ado, I would like to introduce Dr. Jill Biden. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you. That was really a great warm welcome, and I'm really grateful to you. And thank you, Dr. Riddick, for your kind introduction, and thank you for all that you've done here in Savannah to advance health equity. And Senator Warnock, you know, you've been in the Senate, what, less than a year now? But gosh, look at all he has done. You know, you've already delivered for this state. And thank you for your work on the American Rescue Plan. And because of you, Georgia is recovering from the pandemic, so thank you. And he didn't stop there, because now he's working on hard to ensure a bipartisan infrastructure plan can deliver the jobs, the broadband, and improve public transportation this state needs. So thank you for all that you do. And Mayor Johnson, you know, you've helped bring Savannah through one of the darkest years in memory, so we are grateful for your leadership as well. And Principal Daughtry, we're excited to be here with the Bulldogs. So I thanked all the officials, but there's one group here that I think we all need to really thank, and they are the nurses and the healthcare workers. Will you stand up so we can thank you, please? Thank you. You know, I just had the chance to meet with some of this city's healthcare leaders and hear about really what you've overcome in the last year. And they're in the audience today, and I want to thank all the docs who took the time to, and healthcare workers who met with me today. You know, it's really been difficult, but like frontline workers across this country, you met this crisis with courage. And now you're working tirelessly to get Savannah vaccinated. And thank goodness you are, because no one knows this community or how to meet people where they are like you do. And you're the best messengers we have, and the President and I are so grateful for your work. You know, it's so hard to believe how far we've come since this point last year. Think back where you were. Do you remember how quiet the streets were then? Do you remember the empty grocery aisles? Do you remember just how uncertain and lonely many of us felt? Today, we're finally getting back to the things that we've lost, like hugging the people we love, catching up with friends face to face, smiling at strangers. But as far as we've come, we're not done yet. And right now, only 44% of Georgia residents have had at least one shot. And that's just not enough, which is why we came to Savannah today. So to everyone who is listening or watching on those cameras at the back of the room, I'm here to ask you, to plead with you, to please get vaccinated. Because it's safe, like the doc said. The vaccines have been rigorously tested, and millions of Americans have already received their shots because it's effective. Studies show that the vaccines are the best way to protect against death or hospitalization. And if I could just add, and I know if we could just stop the teleprompter for 1 minute, I just want to tell you what happened to me this morning. I got up early, I went to exercise, and a woman came up to me, and she said, "Jill, I want to thank you for what you're doing, what your husband and you are doing for getting people vaccinated." She said, four of my family members have died from COVID. And I said, "What's your name?" And she said, "My name's Jackie." And I said, "Jackie, my God." And she started to cry. And she said, "You know what I did, Jill?" And I said, "What did you do, Jackie?" She said, "I went out and I personally made sure to get over 140 people vaccinated myself." And I think that's what each of us have to do. And people have to know it's free. I get it. I get it with work and your kids and, and taking care of a family. You don't always have time to go to a clinic. But most places don't even require an appointment. You can just show up and get your shot. And no matter where you live, there is a vaccination site nearby, or there's a mobile van coming into your community. Just go to vaccines.com to find one. And if you still have questions, that's okay. You can call the doc here. Or, this is your choice. So get the information from someone you trust. And they don't hurt. I promise you, they don't hurt. Most of you have had it, so it doesn't hurt, does it? No. So maybe you think that whether or not, one person gets the vaccination, doesn't matter, but it does. The risk of COVID-19 is still out there. Even one hospitalization, one life lost is too many. Senator Warnock asked me to come here to his hometown because your health and your life matter to him. And I came because you matter to my husband, the president, and to me. When you decide to get vaccinated, you're protecting yourself and your community. You make it safer for your kids, your family members, your church friends. Person by person, we can stop this virus together, but only if we all do our part. That's what we do as Georgians and as Americans. It's who we are, people who take care of our neighbors and our friends, people who know that together there is no challenge that we can't face, no obstacle that we can't soar above. So do your part. Choose to get your shot for yourself, for your family, for your city of Savannah. And then we'll be able to celebrate summer the way it should be, safe and together. So God bless you, Savannah, and go get vaccinated.